Mr. Chairman, sir, I'm rather late entrant to this discussion, much more so as an afterthought than one of the original participants that had been listed. I had earlier this morning reflected on not so much the irony, but the continuity of our discontents by reflecting on the 50th anniversary debate that we had on this very theme. And I have with me, Mr. Chairman, if you permit me to read it out, a resolution that was adopted on 1st September 1997, in the drafting of which resolution I had the honor to be one of the contributors when Speaker Sangma was just piloting the entire resolution through the Assembly. I won't read all of it out, but some of it. And it said, this is 1st September 1997, we do now solemnly affirm our joint and unanimous commitment to the issues hereinafter mentioned, and we also do solemnly resolve and direct that they be adopted as minimum tasks constituting our agenda for India on this historic occasion. I wonder, Mr. Chairman, if that agenda for India is now only a part of the archives of India and not so much as a continuing agenda. Just yet, let me read out just 2 or 3 commitments that we had made. It said that the prestige of Parliament be preserved and enhanced, also by conscious and dignified conformity to the entire regime of rules of procedure and conduct of business of the Houses and directions of the presiding officers relating to orderly conduct of business, more especially by A, maintaining the inviolability of question hour, B, refraining from transgressing into the official areas of the House or from any shouting of slogans, in 3, or C, invariably desisting from any efforts at interruptions or interference with the address of the President of the Republic. And the resolution had gone and covered a variety of economic and social aspects. Therefore, the obvious enough point, Mr. Chairman, I leave for all of us to reflect on is whether now this is a forgotten document, and why did we go through this exercise 10 years back when it was the 50th anniversary. And I say this not with any cynicism, but really as an aspect of our concern whether our deliberations here as 60th anniversary will also meet with a similar fate 10 years from now, 5 years from now. Which is why, Mr. Chairman, I leave just 3 other thoughts with you, because I have been told I have only 5 minutes, and I shall stick to that. Let us please reflect not on the fact of having travelled these 60 years, much more on recognizing and taking into account the discontent of our times. And if we do not address the discontent of our times, we are not addressing the substance of the democratic impulse of our country. The other point I wish to submit for the House, we speak often, Mr. Chairman, we speak of physical infrastructure, we speak of social infrastructure. There is yet another infrastructure, and that is the moral infrastructure of the country. Let us, on this occasion or any other occasion, reflect deeply on whether in our pursuit or whatever we are pursuing, the concept and the question of the moral infrastructure of the country has been forgotten by us. Because if the moral infrastructure gets eroded, then we witness what we are witnessing today about corruption and corruption of spirit and corruption in procedures and corruption in governance. It is that moral infrastructure of the country that I think we need to reflect on this 60th occasion. I therefore, secondly, strongly recommend that we in this assembly or such assemblies re-examine and rediscover the ethics of democracy. Yes, we have a democratic system. We do follow the democratic procedures. But are we following the soul of democracy, and are we pursuing the democratic impulse of India in accordance and in harmony with the ethics of democracy? I do not intend to elaborate on this, but there is a third element which I wish to leave for everyone to reflect on. During independence, and for some decades after independence, the element of the heroic in national life was the element that inspired all of us. Whether we were, those of us, whether we served in the armed forces or were in uniform and then sought to enter the public life of the country, there was always an element of the heroic. What I deeply, deeply miss and regret is the absence of the heroic in our national life. How on the 60th occasion, 60th anniversary, can we rediscover that? And finally, Mr. Chairman, 50 years from independence in 1997, that was not a predominant question until then. But I think we need to reflect very seriously that the excessive centralization of the polity that we adopted in 1947 and continued, wherein one party ruled the entire country, to today's political situation mandates upon us to rediscover the unity through redefined federalism of the country. If we do not redefine federalism, we will further put pressure on the nation's sinews of unity. I do not have time. I do not think it is necessary for me to elaborate these. These were some of the thoughts that I thought I will leave with you and with other members on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you.